And when you pop out at the par 3/8 and you're looking down, it gives you your first real great vantage. It's one that definitely you get that sense of where you're at in relationship to Lake Michigan and the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes, and it's a really cool shot.
On this episode of Strike Mission, we are exploring a family-owned public course. It costs just $50 to play here with a cart. And at the end, we realize this is one of the best value rounds we've ever played.
I mean, this place is magical.
Like, it could be anywhere. It's like anywhere good.
I think we're gonna get really familiar with this piece of property.
Come on, baby.
You're 2-0. That got really tense at the end there.
My name is Trey Wren, and here I am as a kid. Now, I'm a washed-up college golfer.
Here's Wren's chip. Oh my!
I'll always love to compete, but along the way, I became more interested in the people, places, and stories than the score on my card. I still spend my life looking for good golf by searching for and telling stories about what I think are the best things in the game. On each adventure, I bring my cameras, a talented crew of players, and a lineup of great courses for us to explore. Some you've heard of, and plenty you haven't. Each trip ends with a handshake, a low score, and all of us getting to experience what we love about the game. This is Strike Mission. This afternoon, we peeled out of Kingsley, heading to our second round of the day. Like a lot of great spots, this place is under the radar. The greens fee here is $50 with a cart, and it looks like this. Welcome to Champion Hill. My friend Jeff, our local guide, was already on the tee waiting for us. Henry leads by 2. Off we go.
I always cherish the opportunity to go into a course like completely blind and just be like, there's a reason you guys are bringing me here. I just don't know what it is, but I'm about to find out.
Champion Hill, nothing that's over the top, simple range and putting green, and then you're there to golf. My name is Jeff Eccleston, and I'm the owner of Campfire Clubs. It's certainly an accessible option. A local isn't going to feel outpriced. Someone shouldn't associate maybe the value with the quality that you're actually getting. The preparation is really cool. It's like wall-to-wall single cut. So you've got your fescue on the edges, and then everything else in between is like one cut. So think kind of like Bandon, where everything is a little shorter.
Slinger.
This is actually a little bit taller, which is kind of a cool challenge.
I'm gonna let Jeff tell you the story of this place.
The family that owned it decided that they were gonna build golf. And I understand the story is that he went over and was able to tour Crystal Downs and looked at what was good and what made sense, and came back, and knowing the land as well as anybody, having farmed it for a ton of years, came back and put some of those principles in play on some of the best land that he had there. So for a non-professional architect, it's amazing. You know, it's really wild what either accidentally happened or that someone just had a natural vision and knack for designing.
Nice shot, Jeff.
Like I said earlier, just it shows that you find good lands, good part of the country for the conditioning, and it just doesn't have to be that complex to create really good stuff. So that's always a treat, you know, to see something where you're like, yeah, anyone can come do this. This is like super basic, just someone getting into the game can go out and play there. But to have it be that enjoyable is also really good stuff.
Look, the charm here is the simplicity. Some guy with his own equipment built this on his own land. The 5th hole illustrates this perfectly. You just don't need crazy features to make great golf holes.
So 7, the par 5, coming out of the chute there, that usually plays back into it, and so you're just going to fire it down to the bottom of the valley there, and the green is kind of hidden by this right dune, and you're going to hit anything up there, 3-wood or driver off the deck. You know, that's you might have a wild chip coming too. And when you pop out at the par 3/8 and you're looking down, it gives you your first real great vantage. You can see it over the corner of your shoulder, but as far as like the way that the shot is framed up, where you've got the 10 out of 10 view in the background with a really great green, you know, that's gonna kind of have some challenge. It falls off hard to the left, you know, long right is fine there, but it's one that definitely you get that sense of where you're at in relationship to Lake Michigan and the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes, and it's a really cool shot.
My favorite part of the day was the 8th. That is the one swing I'll remember. As Jeff shared his story with us, I couldn't imagine a better host. After 9 holes, it's clear Jeff is a stick, and as I found out, an incredible golf artist.
I grew up digging my own game out of the dirt on the family farm, and then I got into college and decided I wanted to be a pro, and was an assistant pro and worked my way up through different jobs in the golf industry. And then I just started in the off seasons in Michigan. I started piecing together just things for fun, building clubs out of wood. I've made signage, I've made scoreboards, I've made head covers, I've made sets of muscle backs, I've made driver heads, yeah, all kinds, bag tags. The putters are certainly kind of the showpiece. That's the Corvette in the showroom. There's a ton of stuff that I either ended up as like a prototype or just an example. Some stuff never came to fruition, but I always thought it was cool to kind of keep little pieces of it. A lot of them are just like sticks and little tiny random things, but everything's kind of this big brainstorm that I'm not sure what the next thing is going to be, but these are all certainly things that have either inspired me or have worked really well at different times.
Jeff's spirit and curiosity in the game is what being a stick is all about.
The game of golf is just, it's pretty endless when you start getting in. Most people get in as a player. You know, they pick it up, they hit a pure shot, and they're hooked on playing the game. I just have always been interested in the niche and the little nooks and crannies of it, and everything just appealed to me, whether it was building clubs or fitting clubs, helping golfers, coaching golf, learning how the course is maintained. It was always just, I always sought out the people that were passionate around me about their specific interest and wanted to learn more myself, and that's just kind of led to even bigger desire to keep doing that.
We're heading to the back 9, just as excited as we were this morning on the first tee. Dude, so dramatic. The 12th fairway had one of the more abstract hazards I've ever seen. This pile of rocks.
Champion Hill does have that sort of romantic charm to it where you can kind of get lost in like, man, that's a really great view, and I'm not super concerned about the golf shots, but like, we had a match going on, and I didn't want to just like make a couple weak bogeys because I wasn't focused, and so hitting a couple good shots when I was starting to lose a little bit of focus myself as well mentally, kind of keeping it rolling for the purposes of the match.
Look, I've been struggling with my game on this trip, and there's no better feeling than a good tee ball after a stretch of bad ones. You know it's bad when the fellas are fired up for a 3-iron that goes in the fairway. We're 32 holes in, yet somehow the energy is still here.
We return to the highest point, and we're reminded just how amazing this piece of property is. To the left of the dramatic par 3 7th is the drivable par 4 15th. My two favorite shots of the day are side by side.
Champion Hill is a great example where I'm not necessarily going there to hit a bunch of golf shots that I'm just going to be focused on at the end of the day. I'm going there to experience that course and that place overall and kind of the way that contextualizes golf in the northern part of Michigan. And that's what you really gain from playing.
So beautiful.
Round back. Round this way, guys.
Yep. Wrong way. I mean, this place is magical.
Yeah, like it could be anywhere. It's like anywhere good.
Just like value out the wazoo. $49, $50 to play total with a cart. We're like, okay, how many courses that we've played can you truly say are better value in terms of public golf? And we came up with 2, and that's among 3 guys, mid-20s, like played quite a few valuable public golf courses.
As we close out the day, Champion Hill has one final quirk, back-to-back par 5s to finish.
I end up 3-putting for par in 18 as well, so kind of a disappointing finish, but if I recall, I shot 2 under, so 5 under total for the first 36. I believe that put me 4 up going into the final 18.
Our 36-hole Michigan summer day is done. This round at Champion Hill is one I'll never forget. The simplicity and randomness of this place created such a fun experience. While I certainly prefer my greens and fairways fast, this kind of presentation on this piece of land is just as fun, as long as you know what you're in for. We're heading home to put our feet up and get some rest. In the morning, we have an hour drive and then 18 more holes with Jeff, first thing. Follow along and we'll see you at Belvedere, a century-old semi-private gem that feels like going back in time.